NHL Network, Sportsnet, et cetera, talking about the Red Wings and Dylan Larkin and the fact that Dylan Larkin's price tag is not going down. Okay, Gator, good.
Yes.
Good. If you take a look at the top 3 Red Wing contracts, Larkin, Seider, and Raymond, all making between $8.7 and $8.075 million. Considering the money that's getting thrown around, these contracts, which are all for a long time, at least 5 years, they seem like bargains.
Well, they are bargains. In the Larkin situation, he's flat out a bargain. Not only is he a bargain on the salary cap, he's an even bigger bargain in real money because the team takes him on. Part of the contract was already front-loaded. So you're actually not paying him $8.75 a year. You're paying him far less. But for cap purposes, it's $8.75. Real money purposes, it's less. Something the Red Wings we're going to have to monitor in this offseason here is Simon Edvinsson. He's a restricted free agent. And now that Philadelphia has gone out and thrown and that restricted free agent contract at Leo Carlsson for $18 million a season, you got to start looking at your own restricted free agents, make sure they don't get poached. I think there's a sense of urgency to get a deal done with Simon Edvinsson. But as far as Dylan Larkin's concerned, I think this is great news.
Well, and it brings up something that I've been talking about since day one, and that is I'm still not 100% convinced that anybody is going to meet Yzerman's asking price. And I feel like the possibility of Larkin coming back, as uncomfortable as it might be, and with all the fence mending in the world that would need to take place, I still think it's a possibility. Elliot Friedman talked about it. I completely agree with him. No trade is better than a bad trade. And sort it out, man. It's going to be uncomfortable. But you know what, Gator? Have you ever seen a couple get divorced and then get remarried?
Yes.
It happens. It happens.
Doesn't mean it sticks the second time around, but I've seen it happen. And then poorly right after that. But yeah. Yes, I have.
Just saying.
I have always been of the belief that I think this gets done and he gets traded. However, in my heart, I don't want Dylan Larkin to go. I want there to be a reconciliation. And I want there to be a reconciliation because Yzerman is working on everything else to make this team better. And he's found a way to lure some or find a trade with some other team to get a big player back without having to move Larkin in the first place. And then he can present that to Dylan, or at least Dylan in his camp might come back to Yzerman or vice versa and try to find a way to make this work and craft this speech and, a statement that's going to make both sides look good. Like the Werenski situation last week where both Columbus and Zach's camp came together. They crafted out a statement and went, it actually made you feel like, oh, I can deal with that, right? There was a misunderstanding. Look, I love being here. I love the fans, love the team, the organization. Something like that, whatever happens, happens. I don't think that's going to happen, but there is room for it to happen. But I would like to see the Red Wings get aggressive and bring somebody else here that has nothing to do with Dylan Larkin to make this team look good and look even better if you keep Dylan Larkin.
Upgrade the roster to make Larkin happy. And who would be against that?
Right.
I think some people have burned the bridge and say, I don't want any part of Dylan Larkin. I've gone from 20% to 45%. To 50%. I think it's a flip of the coin that he is back. Now, what do these percentages mean that I'm putting on this? They mean nothing. But I think I am open to the idea that this is just the reality that they may have to navigate a player that asked, the captain that asked for a trade that he couldn't trade because nobody would meet the asking price. And by nobody, I mean anybody on what appears to be a 4 to 5 team list that Larkin has approved. And I agree firmly, and I think everybody would. No trade is better than a bad trade. More from Elliot Friedman. All right, so given recent developments, what is the asking price now for Dylan Larkin? I find it actually kind of amusing, Scott, when I see on social media that when the report got out there that the Red Wings were interested in Matt Boldy from the Wild, that the Wild side was scoffing at that. And I'm like, okay, dude, we're not asking you for Boldy. You're asking us for Larkin.
Right. Exactly. Like if you have to find some way where the players work. And I think 100% of your Steve Eisman. You're trying to get the best player or players you can for this giant trade chip that you have. And in some ways, if you just look player by player, if you look at Larkin to Robertson, for instance, Jason Robertson from Dallas, who's a restricted free agent and looks like they're going to arbitration there. If you look at those players straight up, Robertson has had a nicer career. He's had a 100-point season. This guy has scored 40 goals in a year, and those are things Larkin hasn't done. But he's going to cost nearly twice as much. Does that kind of even things out? I mean, initially you're probably thinking, oh, well, to get Robertson, if you're to trade Larkin, do you have to give Larkin and a first-round pick to get Robertson? Well, wait a minute. Not necessarily, because you have to take the money into account. You can get another player because you traded for Dylan Larkin because he's half the cost. So, yeah, the Red Wings are going to be out there looking for a stud player in return, as they should.
All right, and finally, what does all this mean for Alex DeBrincat? Is there any impact on his future in Detroit going into the final year of his contract? Okay, with him under contract for one more year, I'm not sure I see a possibility of them moving DeBrincat and also keeping Larkin happy. Like if they are moving towards, we're not getting the offers, and they're just, I don't think DeBrincat should be on the market in any way whatsoever, just because you're going to have to, one of the reasons, nobody's mad. If Larkin's full motivation is he just wants the Red Wings to be competitors and he doesn't think they're going to get there, and then all of this, at the end of all this, it forces Eisman to make an aggressive move that makes him better, we can all get over it and just be happy with a better hockey team.
Yeah, I don't want to move Alex DeBrincat. I think he is everything that fans love about hockey. And this guy he's the underdog, right? He's undersized, but plays way bigger than what he is. He puts the puck in the net. He is gritty. He is determined. He does all the little things. Love Alex DeBrincat. I don't want to see this guy go. I think the Red Wings need to do something bold. We've said it for a while, the Jason Robertson stuff that was out there. We would love to see that make an effort to try to get Jason Robertson, and maybe they have made that effort. Who knows? Is that all tied only to money? We'll find out. But this move that the Flyers made over the weekend to acquire Leo Carlsson from the Ducks, and Leo Carlsson, young player in this league, had just finished a season, point-a-game season with Anaheim. And they've signed him to an offer sheet for $18 million a season. Leo Carlsson now will be the highest paid player in the NHL. There are other restricted free agents out there where the prize going the other way ends up being 4 first-round draft picks if you sign one of these top restricted free agents. Well, remember the name Connor Bedard? Mm-hmm. Number 1 player taken the draft a few years ago to Chicago, played right away as an 18-year-old. Everyone was saying, oh, he's the next big thing, and looks like he's going to be the next big thing. Last year, he had a little bit of a breakout in his 3rd season in the league. He had a 30-goal season, his high. He had 45 assists, 75 points in 69 games. All highs. Would you give up 4 first-round picks to sign Connor Bedard to a deal that's going to pay him, say, $15 million or $14 million a season? Now, would Chicago match it? They damn well should. But I'd love to see the Red Wings get aggressive in that form and go get a guy, a young center, much like what Philadelphia's trying to do here. I do the same thing for the Red Wings. It's Connor Bedard. He's got nobody to play with there. He's playing with Tyler Bertuzzi, and that's it. He comes to Detroit and plays with a couple of the young wingers we have here, or plays with Alex DeBrincat. Good God. Let's watch the points go up. I'd love to have Connor Bedard. Give up 4 first-round picks. Wouldn't think twice about it.
And again, all that thanks to Elliot Freeman and the 32 Thoughts podcast, the latest Dylan Larkin Trade Center News Aggregate Blitz Thingy News Desk. It is Karsch and Anderson here on 97.1.